All right, so now we have all the tools that we need to start creating chords. You know about half steps, you know about whole steps, you know about minor thirds, and you know about major thirds. And that really is the majority of chord making. Of course, there are nuances in how we make our chords using the notes. You can go and learn a whole bunch of different classical elements that'll help you with your playing. It'll help to make your playing a little more colorful. But in just beginning with chords, this is what you need. So if you are building a major chord, that is going to be made up of course, a major third, and then it'll be made up next by a minor third. Now, when I'm drawing this out on a board or for students, I will draw 3 squigglies. These represent your fingers. In between the fingers, as we discussed how the intervals are made and what you should be looking for, I will put the amount of notes that should be left up in between your fingers. So for a major chord, you should have first 3 of your notes left up, and then you should have 2 of your notes left up. But you guys, being ultra educated, know that this means you have a major third, and then stacked on top of that, a minor third. What that looks like on the piano is this. If we start with C, you're gonna put your thumb on C. Now, once you get good, you can decide what your fingers look like, but for now, I'd like you to use the fingers that I tell you. So you'll put your thumb on C. Because we are building first a major third, you're gonna skip 3 notes, including black keys, until you get to the next one, and that next note is E. Then, on top of that, if you look at our paper, you will have a minor third stacked on top, which means you need to skip 2 more notes until you get to the next note, which is G. In total, the sound makes this. Every single major chord is going to be made up of a major third and then a minor third. You may have seen that there are 7th chords and 9th chords and 13th chords and all of these things, right? Every single one of those is made up of major thirds and minor thirds, okay? So that is a major chord. Now we're going to move on to a minor chord. A minor chord uses the same pattern, but it switches it. Instead of having 3 notes left up and then 2 notes left up, you switch it to have 2 notes left up and then 3 notes left up. This is a minor chord. If you look at it on a board or on paper, it looks like this. 2 notes left up and then 3 notes left up. And if you look at it on your piano, you will do a minor third, which is you go from C, you skip 2 and go to the next note, then you skip 3 and go to the next note. So in total, you have this sound. Now, for ear training purposes, which is a whole lesson in itself, and I may make that later, but for ear training purposes, it's important to hear the difference in the notes. How does it make you feel? If you have a major chord, remember that's a major third, then a minor third. How does that make you feel? Then if you have a minor chord, which is a minor third, then a major third, how does that make you feel? Okay, one of them I think feels happy, and one of them I think feels sad or confused or worried or scared. Okay? We can use this in our music to make a difference. The next chord that you have, we have our major chords, which is made up of 3 notes left and then 2 notes left, so 3, 2. We have our minor chords, which is 2 notes left up and then 3 notes, so 2, 3. Then we have our diminished chords. It's not going to be 3 and then 2. It's not going to be 2 and then 3. It is going to be 2 and then 2. This is a diminished chord. I will write it on here. Diminished chord. 2 left up and then 2 left up. This is made up, obviously, of 2 minor third intervals. So we have from C, we skip 2 and go up, we skip 2 and go up, and that moves into what we talked about at the beginning. This is a diminished chord. Okay, the opposite, there's only one left. If we you can only use 2s and 3s, we've used 2 and 2, we've used 2 and 3, we've used 3 and 2, and so there's only one left, which is 3 and 3. And if you use If you leave 3 notes in between and then 3 notes in between, you will end up with an augmented chord. Augmented chord. This is the least used chord in music, but it's really valuable to know because it can change your music as well. Augmented is 3-3. Okay, so that looks like this. You start at C, you play E, and then instead of going to the G, which feels natural, you have to go up 1, because remember, you're skipping 3, and then you're skipping 3. So it'll sound like this. Now, that, because it's not used a whole lot, it does sound confusing or even more mysterious or dreamy to us because it sounds unnatural. Going back, we have, just a reminder, we have our major chord is 3-2. Our minor chord is 2-3. Our diminished chord is 2-2. And our augmented, we go all the way back up, is 3-3. Okay?